Happy Monday morning. Welcome back to the vlog. What a weekend. I will start off with the Starlink. So far, I'm loving the Starlink. I don't know if there's something wrong with the YouTube or if it was my alignment of the Starlink. If y'all know about Starlink, maybe you can give me some suggestions in the comments down below. But I had originally the Starlink set up here on the table, facing that way, and then it told me after about 24 hours to rotate it to where it's facing my camper, and then for a day it was fine, and then I wake up to a notification that says it's obstructed. So I have moved it over here next to my neighbor's camper. I've got to put the cable underneath this rock and rolled up so it's not a tripping hazard, but I thought I would try it. But I uploaded a YouTube video the other day for one of the other channels, and it still took like 5 hours to upload a 10-minute video. So if any of y'all are YouTubers, is YouTube having problems with upload? I did talk to my buddy over at Backroads Nomad. He put up a 15-minute video this morning, went live at 9 o'clock. His mother passed away and he was doing a video about that, and it took him like 8 hours. So let me know in the comments if you know anything about YouTube. Today Cindy and I are going to take the day off. Say good morning, Cindy.
Good morning.
And she's got her cute little Montana shirt on, and we're going to go to the Silver Coin. We're going to go into Hamilton. We got to go to Walmart. I don't know about y'all. When we do our laundry, we do it with distilled vinegar and washing soda. And is that what it's called, babe? Washing soda?
I think so.
And so we got to get some more of that so I can wash the comforter and stuff this afternoon. So we are going to do some running around. We're going to bring you with us. And but yesterday was supposed to be our full day off. A truck or vehicle hit a telephone pole at 4 o'clock in the morning. I only know because the after hours phone started ringing about it's cold outside, I don't have any heat, turn our electricity back on. So we got stuck dealing with moving generators around the property to keep freezers going and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't much of a day off. We're gonna go in.
We did get first at 4 o'clock in the morning to report the outage. And
then we had to go to the office.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We went to the office to report the outage and to get on a hotspot, send out an email so the after hours phone wouldn't ring off the hook. You know, the guys here really picked up the slack. They got in motion. They figured out how to get a bathhouse open with generators. Yeah. And for the guests that were, the few guests that were still here, because most of them checked out yesterday, which was a good thing.
Yes.
And
then we were without power for what, 18 hours?
At least. And so explain to me this, because I found this very interesting. I guess in my whole life of living in South Carolina, I just assumed that all the power poles were owned by the power company that they hung their lines on. And so apparently here in New Jersey, and I could be completely wrong.
Some of them were owned by Bell South back home.
I just could be very naive about, you know, because I don't have any reason to know anything about telephone poles. But evidently here, some are owned by Verizon, some are owned by the power company, some are owned
by independent third party that just like rents space. So the big problem was that they didn't know who owned the pole to get it fixed. And they spent, what, 6 or 10 hours just figuring that out.
Well, they shut the power down, which was good because it was a fire hazard, because it was a wreck and the lines were dangling. But then they spent an awful lot of time trying to decide whose pole it was and who was going to pay to replace it. And then...
Meanwhile, we're here trying to keep the generator running.
And then, once they decided that, then you had to get the right crew out there to get the job done, to replace the pole. But then, you can't just fix the electric because, you know, they want to hire a third-party group so they don't have to pay extra overtime, all this, or weekend pay. So then you have to call the power company to get permission to shut it off and to reactivate it. And
yeah, so we got a call from our maintenance manager, rode down to the accident site at like 8 o'clock last night, and then he asked the guy, like, the foreman, when are you going to have it turned back on? It was some third-party little guy in a 1974 Chevy Love pickup truck with a ladder rack or something. I mean, it was not the power company, most definitely. He said, oh yeah, it's all ready to go, but we're waiting on Atlantic Electric to give us permission to flip the switch. Come to find out, Atlantic Electric wanted to flip the switch, so they had to wait another hour or so for a representative from Atlantic Electric. I guess they had to inspect to make sure it was hooked up right, and then they flipped the switch. It was exhausting.
Well, I never knew, you know, just like when you manage a campground, you don't know all the intricate parts.
And there are lots.
Behind the scenes of stuff that goes on. Well, apparently it's that way with the electric company too. Because who had any idea?
Not me.
Not me.
So we're taking the Jeep today. We're leaving the old Ford here at the campground. Cindy's going to run me over, and
We gotta go to work. Get her out of my way.
yep, and we'll bring you along with us. Let's take a quick drive around the park and see what all's happened overnight. Well, today is starting off more interesting than I thought it would. I'm headed over to the laundry. Evidently, we have a group of seasonals up there that are about to fight, possibly a domestic. I'll know more when I get there. I'll tell you about it after I leave, but of course, I cannot show any of this on video. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. So that's handled. I just don't understand why we all can't get along. There were some seasonals in there having a domestic situation. They denied it. I had to go in and replay the video, and so they get a warning. All right, next project. Bounce pillow will not inflate. It's not getting power. So I'm gonna have to tinker around, and somebody knocked down one of the posts in the gate. So I am not an electrician. I have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express before. So it is plugged in. Let's see if all right, so nothing's happening. It's got to be the GFI. I'll have to change that out and go from there. That was the easy part. I fixed the rail. River's beautiful down there. I'm gonna go see if maybe the timer for the bounce pillow is messed up. See if I can turn it on manually, and then we'll worry about the rest later. Here is the timer box. Oh, the timer is on. Not getting any power there. The breaker was off for park. That is still not giving it power. So that's beyond my real expertise. I think that's why we have employees. I'm calling Mike and Bobby. They know a lot more about electricity than I do. I'll get them to change out the GFI or bring the meter over and see if there's any power coming to the meter. If not, we'll have to find the panel that sends power to that sub panel. It's always something at a campground. I'm back over at the down tree at the river. So I just put tape up, or we just put tape up here. We had some kids were climbing on the root ball. As you see, the river is really up. It's never this high, but it's starting to come in behind the root ball. And we had kids in there playing, and so one of the mothers got very scared that something was going to happen to their child. So now we have put yellow caution tape up, and until we can figure out how to clean this mess out, we will hope that the yellow caution tape protects everybody. Now I've got to go, the front gate has stopped working. So the front gate is our next stop. Oh, and it's only 10:30 in the morning. Now I'm not sure why the river is going up so much. We have not had that much rain, unless they're opening the cranberry bogs, but you can see how high the water is coming up. It's starting to come up on the sites over there. We do have a pretty busy weekend coming up this weekend. I sure hope we don't have flooded sites and we have to try to move people around the campground. On a different note, Cindy and I will be in Wildwood this weekend because there's an RV show, and we're going up there to try to get the last few seasonal spots filled. And so we'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, coming back Monday up to the Wildwood RV show up in Wildwood, New Jersey. I hate to leave all these issues for Bernadette and Mike to deal with, but oh well. So you know we're busy when Cindy's out here trying to help the maintenance department with the gate. And this is the newer of the two systems.
Hey, guess what? I'm more mechanically inclined than you are.
That is true. Sometimes, a lot of the time.
Sometimes. I was giving you credit.
I've got to go check and see if there's problem in the... Did they call you about the bathhouse?
Yes.
Okay, I'll meet you down there. But that gate, it's getting power. You see the lights on, but it is hung up in the up position. Cindy's opened it and tried to get all the to get it reset. It is not resetting, and I'm told that it did that when the power came back on last night. It's like it got a surge, so I don't know if the motor fried. Thank goodness it fried in the upright position, or what. So I'm headed down to the seasonal bathhouse. I have been told that someone has stopped all the toilets up, filled them up with toilet paper and poop and whatnot. So I'm gonna go down there and check that out. Campground's still looking nice, but and I would say it's a typical Monday, but it's not. It is very unusual to wake up Monday morning after a busy weekend and have all these issues at one time. Now, I'm just going to leave it at that, but it seems like a lot going on. So here's the seasonal lounge, or bath. So I am going to show y'all what we deal with. All of them. This is the girls' bathroom. They're all stopped up too, and there's even toilet paper on the floor. So hopefully that's all that's wrong at the campground today. We'll see. I've got all the different items assigned out, and now we will try to get them fixed. I am going to have to call a professional in to look at the gate. So I actually had some success today. We were trying to reset the internals of the system, and it wouldn't reset. Then I thought, it's got these two backup batteries back here. If I unplug the positive from one, and that left it off for 10 seconds, and then that reset it. So I'm happy. And it does have a manual open and close right there that I did not know it had. So we are good. One success for me. Yay. It always feels good to have something accomplished. Working. So changing out the part on the well did not seem to fix it, and I just got a call at the office from a seasonal saying there's a water leak behind the seasonal bathhouse, which would explain low water pressure on this side of the campground. So let's go take a look at it, and I called some guys to go get some shovels, and I'm gonna go look at it, and they're gonna meet me over here to check out the water leak. Hopefully it's not too massive. We'll have to shut off the water to this whole side. So I was just over here checking all the stopped up toilets earlier, and this is what this does not look like it's been leaking long, but this is what a random water leak looks like. Gotta dig that up, that's for sure. The next thing we're gonna have to explore is the water's running this way, and it's going underneath the stone and not going anywhere else. The stone is not very stable, so I wonder if we've got a sinkhole back here behind that. So I lifted this up, and I don't even know what that is, unless that's where the baffle and maybe a shutoff is. Never had that stone up in 2 years. It's after lunch, so on a typical day in a campground, you spend the morning identifying problems and the rest of the day fixing them. One bounce pillow. I had nothing to do with fixing this. It was beyond my realm, but it ended up being a bad breaker in the breaker box, but it is working. We're going to rewire it up to a brand new timer that I bought. And yeah, so they're digging up the water leak now. We're going to go back over there in a minute. We've got a great maintenance team here. My expertise is finding them, their expertise is fixing things. So we've put together a great team this year. I'm excited to be working with these guys. They seem to be able to come up with a solution for all our problems, just not always as quick as our guest would like. So let's go back over to the water problem. Heading back to the bathhouse. They just turned off the water, so we'll see how bad the pipe is burst. I bet it's just from a root. We have a worker here named Jesse. He's got this pineapple hanging from the back of his golf cart. I am really worried about him. So there's a lot of roots and stuff down there. I'm gonna see if we have a clean out shovel so we can get up underneath those pipes. We got that little shovel there. We got an army shovel. I am not seeing a clean out shovel. Aha. One clean out shovel.
Really?
Now here at the water leak, you got two black pipes, and down at the very bottom you got a white pipe. The middle pipe is the one that's leaking from the bottom. So we are trying to go to Hamilton to go to the Silver Coin and to Walmart and stuff, but the road construction has moved down here to the main road. They've got the detour right there, but because they're doing the outlet, I don't know how long we're going to be stuck here, but at least we're out of the campground. We got a little bit of extra time while we're here in Hamilton, so we thought we would go check out the Goodwill. I think I found the perfect outfit for Cindy. It's only $9.29. That's something. So we're leaving the Goodwill. We're gonna head over to the Silver Coin now.
Very disappointing.
Very disappointing. This Goodwill,
Well, a lot of the thrift stores, it's not just this one.
but they have got prices higher on some of the stuff than you could buy it in the store. Like they had some craft books and that sort of stuff in there that they were originally $23. They've got them for $17. And it's, you know, they're marred up, and just we went through a bunch of stuff and it was just all overpriced, nothing that we decided we wanted. This is our first trip to the Silver Coin this year. Cindy's gonna get her chicken noodle soup.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice soup. I'm always making mistakes. But the building's all chrome. Very weird.
Oh, okay.
I think this is what I'm gonna get, the chicken parmesan. And it looks like it comes with soup of the day or salad and a choice of spaghetti, vegetable, or baked potato. Found anything for you yet?
Still looking.
So they didn't have the soup that we normally get. This is a new one for us. We're gonna start off with a bowl of cream of turkey soup. So what do you think?
It's very good.
I don't think I've had it. I didn't know I was such a soup person.
It makes a difference when it's like homemade.
Yes. So I got the veal parmesan and spaghetti.
I just got chicken tenders.
Cindy got chicken tenders and french fries. Good old staple. No outing is complete without a trip to Walmart. So Cindy and I are going to run into Walmart to pick a few things up. How was your dinner, babe?
It was very good. I ate too much.
You, me, I had spaghetti, veal parmesan, soup,
I know.
and 3 glasses of water to help wash it all down. Made it to Walmart. We got 2 gallons of distilled vinegar. Now we're looking for the washing soda. I don't know if y'all ever use that, but that's some good stuff right there. Dog treats have gotten so expensive. These Dream Bones right there, $24.87. And that's not even that big of a bag, 22 ounces. Cindy's found her favorite Starburst jelly beans, 75 cents off from the clearance rack. So I'm waiting on Cindy to come out of the other store before we head back. And I was leaving Walmart, and the 20-something-year-old guy that was working the door as, I guess, security, checking your receipts, was telling some other guy very loudly about how his girlfriend surprised him with edible panties. Now, I'm happy for him, good for him, but I don't want to be hearing that kind of crap while I'm out in the general population shopping the store. I don't know what's wrong with people nowadays. Anyway, we're headed back to the campground. We'll see you there. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It's already 78 degrees outside. It's crazy. So, new day, a new problem. Site 225 has no power. We have no idea why. And we'll have to call an electrician out for this one. It's always something. Absolutely crazy. So we're at site 225, 30 amp is completely out. We're gonna try 50 amp, see if we can get that to work. Still haven't made it to the office. Site 90, they're over there. They were over there working a little bit earlier. Has basically no water flow, which means there's probably a clog in the water line because the two sites on either side has water flow. So I don't know about that, so I'm gonna go up there and take a look at that. Not that I've got a solution, but this is gonna be the week that keeps on giving. So here we are at site 90. They're not coming back in till this weekend. My suggestion was to steal water from 91 because that's the closest receptacle. From the looks of the diagram, the water comes from that camper to here, and then this camper's on the end of a row. He's got great water pressure. So we took apart the connections here and here and even replaced this piece of tubing, and it is still working good. You see the goes underneath here. We have the pipe here. Not buried very deep. And then I think they've dug here looking for water. It's kind of a Where's Waldo type deal. Still, the diagram shows the water's over here, but here's the water here. So it's coming out of the faucet over there behind that tree. For some reason, instead of just going straight across, it comes way out here. And here it is coming this way. It's real deep down there, and then shallow. I've never seen anything quite like the way this campground's laid out. I don't know if there is a pedestal here, not a pedestal, but a connector box. So I don't know if they tried to make this a site where I'm standing and then it wouldn't fit. But damn. I got stuck in the office, received the paperwork for the certification for the new pool, and I spent all day putting that together. I'm still not through. And thank goodness I have a good maintenance team here. They kept going from problem to problem. I'm so tired. Cindy didn't feel like cooking. We did a treat tonight. Got a little China jade for the DoorDash, and we're gonna call it a night. The sun's starting to set. Sorry I didn't get a lot of video done today, but I got stuck inside. Thank you for watching this far into the video. If you enjoy our channel, check out our cookbook that we wrote. I've got it in the pinned comment. Or if you want to use our Amazon link or be a channel member, you can do any of those. We would appreciate it. Till next week. Next week we'll be coming in from Wildwood, New Jersey. But we'll see you then. Thank you.